3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Good day, viewers, and welcome back to yet another edition of Wetalk Namibia. I'm, of course, Precious Nitaunapo, your host and presenter for this show. This week is rather an interesting edition of Wetalk as we visit the coastal town Swakopmund of Namibia, where we stop by to have a quick interview with Ronel Peters, who is one of the founders, or rather the founder of the Rauch Elohim Foundation in Swakopmund in the Ocean View area. Now, the Rauch Elohim Foundation is a foundation that caters to unwanted pregnancies and that fights against the baby dumping social challenge, my apologies. We also have a look at our We Recommend, where we stop by a few places around the town of Swakopmund, not forgetting our We Chill segment, which guides us into this weekend. It's a rather quiet weekend, but still something to look forward to. But before we get into it, let's have a look at the news.
We are so excited to be kickstarting your morning with the entertainment.
Everything was happening during this past weekend.
Yes.
Exciting news.
Wow, no, she was killing it already.
In my opinion, I don't see anything wrong with him serving the full term.
As well as keeping you informed on the issues that you need to know happening in and around our country.
Namibia to host AHIF next year. Welcome to this week's news edition. Namibia has been selected to host the Africa Hospitality Investment Forum in the year 2024. The AHIF, the premier investment conference in hospitality across Africa, plays a crucial role in driving investment into tourism projects, infrastructure, and hospitality development on the continent. It gathers the highest caliber of international hotel investors, making it the most influential conference of its kind in Africa and a first for the SADC region. Namibia's winning bid, which was announced yesterday in Nairobi, Kenya, builds on the foundational strengths of easily accessible cities, an accommodating visa policy, state-of-the-art infrastructure, diverse accommodation possibilities, and rich tourism experiences. With assurance of a high-level patron, the conference of 2024 promises to be a landmark event that cements Namibia's position as a premier destination for tourism and a favorable hub for investment. The organizing committee anticipates welcoming delegates from across the globe and showcasing Namibia's renowned hospitality, charm, and investment policies. That brings us to the end of today's news edition. Thank you and stick around. Good day, viewers, and welcome back to We Talk. It's of course time for our interview, and we are seated at the Rauch Elohim Foundation next to Ms. Ronel Peters. Ronel, how are you doing?
Very fine, thank you very much.
Okay, so we are at the foundation today. Can you just give us a brief insight for our viewers in other parts of the country that don't have an idea on what the foundation is about?
Rauch Elohim Foundation was started in 2018 due to the constant rise of baby dumping in Namibia. And we started this foundation so that we could be a safe haven for mommies, desperate mothers who do not see any other way than dumping their children or killing their children or doing an abortion. So we decided to open our house and open our hearts so that we can accommodate and care for these babies, unwanted babies, unplanned pregnancies, any desperate mother who don't see her way forward with a baby.
Now you mentioned the foundation started around about 2018.
Yes.
So when you started, with how many babies did you start?
Well, of course, when we started the foundation, when we opened the foundation in March 2018, we did not have any baby yet. We had to register with the Ministry of Gender as a place of safety, and only after that, in the same year, 2018 November, we received our very first baby that was abandoned in the location, and then we had the privilege of taking care of her until she was adopted.
Oh, that's beautiful. So you guys work with an adoption agency as well?
Yes, we work very closely with the Ministry of Gender. So once we receive a baby through our Baby Saver box, which we will elaborate on a little bit later, we let our social worker in our region know that we have received a baby. And then after following all procedures and the baby is not claimed back by the family or the mother, then that baby will go for adoption to an approved family, adoptive family that registered with the Ministry of Gender.
I think that's a very nice initiative, and also the fact that you work closely with the Ministry of Gender to eventually find beautiful homes for these babies. But I know you mentioned having started the foundation in March and only receiving your first baby in November. I see a lot of equipment here that cater to a lot of babies and make it comfortable for them. So how did the start of that go?
Well, I must tell you, I had this vision of this baby house for many years before I started it. So right through the years, I have accumulated a lot of stuff. I always had this baby house in mind. I always wanted to do something for vulnerable babies. But yes, after we initially started the foundation, and after receiving our very first baby, and after that one, the second one, then I realized, okay, we have to provide for these babies, maybe in a bigger scale than I was thinking.
Yeah.
And so then we got the cribs and everything that followed with that.
Now, speaking of the Baby Saver box, I know it's that's what the foundation is famous for. Where mothers can simply just come drop your baby on a nice and soft pillowcase, and you guys get alerted, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
Yeah, so just a little bit in depth about the Baby Saver box.
The Baby Saver box is there to help desperate mommies who wants to get rid of their babies. Mothers who are thinking of abandonment, killing their babies, aborting their babies. That is absolutely there for those mothers, but also for the babies, because it definitely saves the life of a baby who is placed in the Baby Saver box. So we have started the Baby Saver box. It's an automated electronic box. Once the mother opens the baby box and she puts the baby inside the box, then we will receive an alert. We are 7 people who will receive a message on our phone to say that there's a baby in the Baby Saver box.
Okay.
Now, once a mother placed her baby inside the box and she closes the box will not be open. It cannot be opened from outside anymore. It locks automatically, which means that the baby is safely inside. No one can steal the baby. And then we come from the back side of our boundary wall, from the back side of the box, and we will then open the box, take out the baby. We are already on our second Baby Saver box. Because of the weather in Swakopmund, the old one was, it got easily rusted. And now we've got a new box with a see-through window, so which makes it also very easy to see once there is a baby in the box. But like I said, we are 7 people that get an alert from the Baby Saver box. And I think it's a good thing to say that gives a baby 7 times more chance of survival than being dumped in a rubbish bin.
Yeah.
Because, unfortunately, no one gets a notification once a baby is dropped in a rubbish bin. Whereas our baby saver box, we immediately know if there's a baby in the baby saver box. We will take out the baby and then also take the baby to be seen by a health practitioner just to see if everything is okay. And then we will let our Ministry of Gender know that we received the baby through the box. There's also a letter in the baby saver box for the mommy that will tell her exactly what's going to happen now with her baby. So it will tell her that the baby is safe, and that the baby will now go for medical treatment if need be, but also the procedure after that. If she wants to have the baby back, she has got 30 days to claim back the baby. Once the baby is not claimed back within the time span of 30 days, then the baby might be available for adoption, and then the baby might be adopted if she comes back after that time. So that is why the law requires from us to give the mother 30 days time.
Yeah.
If she decided that maybe she made a mistake and she wants to come back, she can come back anytime through that 30 days.
I think it's very thoughtful, especially the message that you guys leave, and also just explaining everything. Also just sort of like a reassurance just for her to know that your baby is in safe hands and you have 30 days to come back if that is what you desire. But you did mention something interesting in regards to the health aspect of these babies. So how does that work with the Ministry of Health or with the clinics around and the hospitals if we do have any case where one of these babies fall critically ill?
Well, if a baby falls critically ill, then obviously we have to take the baby to the state hospital. We had 2 babies one baby that we received needed a brain operation, and the other baby needed eye operations. So for those operations, we took the babies to Wetalk, where they were treated by the hospital. But like for instance, when we receive a baby in our baby saver box, we have a pediatrician in town who will then do the examination for us, and just to see if everything is fine with the baby. Yes.
Okay, no, that makes a lot of sense. I just also wanted to find out, apart from the foundation, also just your input in the community towards unwanted pregnancies and mothers who are struggling a little bit with their current pregnancies or so forth.
Well, we really try to reach all of them. By that way, I'm referring to, we talk a lot on the radio. We try to have communication in the newspapers, just so that we can do enough awareness. I don't know if it's possible ever to do enough awareness, but we're really trying to reach all the mommies in Namibia, especially now that we are talking in this country about legalizing the horrible topic of abortion.
Yeah.
We would like to tell every mommy in Namibia, every desperate, pregnant, lonely, confused mother who are thinking about aborting, who are thinking about killing, who's hiding her pregnancy, to tell that mother that there's hope. And there is a way, and there's a safe way, and an alternative option which is also legal. Because in 2019, the Namibian law was changed. Previously, if a mother left her baby anonymously in a hospital, she was prosecuted for abandonment.
Yeah.
And then in 2019, everything changed when the law changed and says you are allowed now to leave your baby unharmed at a safe place, and you are also allowed to do that anonymously. So there is no reason whatsoever for any baby ever to be dumped again, to be killed again. And that is why it's very important for us to do enough awareness. We also have a hospital program where we reach out to mothers. Okay. Where we will reach out to mommies in the maternity ward, new mommies who just had a baby. So we will take a little bag for her, which we pack ourselves with baby products and baby clothes. And also in that bag, we will put a letter with information. And also our telephone number, our contact number. So if she knows of anyone in her community or in her church or in her work, you know, so that she can tell them about this foundation.
Yeah.
And of course, we get a lot of calls of desperate pregnant women out there who really are struggling and needs help. So yes, we are constantly busy in the community doing awareness, but also doing some counseling and supporting these mothers.
I think that's actually very amazing to see that there's a lot more that goes into it, into the foundation, and it's just not about receiving babies, but then also creating awareness and, you know, speaking to these women out there. I know it started in 2018, but I just wanted to find out numbers. Let's look at numbers. How many babies, if you recall, have we received throughout the years, and how many are we housing at the moment?
Yes, currently until now, since 2018, when we started the foundation, we already had more than 50 babies through our house. And through our Baby Saver box, we already received 15 babies, which is quite much more than we expected. But we are very thankful for every baby that came through the Baby Saver box. You must remember now, when a mother is pregnant, she's obviously confused and she's alone and she's abandoned by maybe her family, also by her partner. So I think the 9 months before the birth of her baby is already very difficult.
Yeah.
And now for a mother to give birth and then bring her baby to the Baby Saver box, it is quite a lot of decision that goes in there, a lot of emotions. So I think by the time the baby reached our Baby Saver box, the mother has thought about it, and that is definitely the decision she wanted to do. But what is wonderful to me is the fact that it is easier to leave your baby at another place, in a rubbish dump, or just anywhere, somewhere near your home.
Yeah.
But for the baby that ends up in our Baby Saver box, I can really see that those mothers, she wanted her baby to be safe. And she wanted to do the right thing. She wanted to go the legal way by leaving her baby anonymously, unharmed, but at a safe place. And that goes a long way. I really salute those mothers who find out where the box is, you know, to travel to the box, to leave her baby there. Maybe she's also scared that she could be seen, although that is not in any way something to be worried about, because the Baby Saver box is there for the mother and for the baby. Even if we see the mother leaving her baby, she's allowed to do so. She's allowed to stay anonymous.
Yeah.
I think if she didn't want to stay anonymous, she could have seen anyone, a social worker or the nurse at the hospital. But I think once the baby gets in our Baby Saver box, the mother decided to stay anonymous for whatever reason, and that is good, and we respect that. But we really salute our mothers who goes the extra mile to leave their babies in a safe place.
Well, thank you so much, Ronelle, for making time for seeing me. I think we've come to the end of our interview, but also I want to extend a big thank you on behalf of the Soccerman community as well as our country as a whole for your kind work and your dedication towards this foundation. It really means a lot, especially with this social challenge which we are facing. It does a lot for the community and for the country as well. So thank you for that.
Thank you very much, Precious. Thank you for your time that you took also to do awareness so that there is hope out there and that the word can be spread to mothers who maybe need it, to mothers who are in desperate situations and who really needs the help. we thank you very much for giving us the chance to do some awareness.
Thank you. I think that brings us to the end of our edition of We Interview. But thank you guys so much for staying tuned. Thank you.
To another exciting episode of Wetalk.
Jou lief die weer en vertel ook vir julle waar die vis julle moontlik gaan byt.
Yes. Marketing.
It's the middle of the month and things are on the quiet side.
However, this weekend, the Namibia Scientific Society hosts the Southern Star Party at Barman until the 18th. While it's not a party in the strictest sense of the word, there are going to be stars. On Friday at 8, South African DJ and music producer DJ James performs at Club Mint in Windhoek. Tickets cost you $80 in advance via Mint's Pay Today platform. On Saturday, as from 8, World Music Day is commemorated by the Franco-Namibian Cultural Centre with performances by various artists in Windhoek, Ocho Varongo, Rundu and Katima Mulilo. Entrance is free at all events. On Saturday at 9, there's a fishing competition at Gonikonta's Oasis in the Irongo region. And if you haven't seen it yet, See Me, featuring photography by Herbert Beck, Tiramikuru Turomba, Elmo Boys and Malalaikia Matthias can be viewed at the project room until June 24th. If nothing tickles your fancy, take a load off and enjoy a quiet weekend in.
Well, viewers, that brings us to the end of today's edition of Wetalk. Of course, that was our news segment, our We Recommend, not forgetting our interesting interview from Ronel Peters from the Rauch Elm Foundation. I hope you guys check out our Wetalk segment as well. But from me, that is it for today's edition. See you again next week.
2, 1.